Tonight, breaking news, the war of words escalating as Joe Biden goes after President Trump and what he allegedly said about fallen U.S. troops. The president emphatically denying the damaging report, claiming he made insulting comments about fallen American troops, allegedly calling them, quote, suckers and losers. His rival Joe Biden seizing on the report, citing his own son's service, and saying, if true, Trump is not fit to be commander-in-chief. Also developing tonight, the Antifa activist takedown. Portland on edge after U.S. Marshals shot and killed an Antifa demonstrator wanted in last week's murder of a pro-Trump supporter. Authorities say he was armed and trying to flee, just hours after he said in an interview the shooting was justified, that he was protecting a friend. The dangerous turn, the frightening scene as emotions boil over in New York City's Times Square. A car driving through a crowd of Black Lives Matter demonstrators. As the Daniel Prude homicide investigation continues in Rochester, what his brother told us late today. Protesters and police clashing there, pepper spray deployed, 7 officers suspended. Tonight, the police union says they followed protocol. The holiday virus warning this Labor Day weekend, health officials saying what happens this Labor Day will set the course for the fall. The images already coming in, large crowds gathering at the shore. The ABC News exclusive, the NRA insider speaks out. The former chief of staff of CEO Wayne LaPierre alleging members' dues went to fund LaPierre's lavish lifestyle, including trips on private jets. Pierre Thomas standing by. And mother's miracle. The Houston mom-to-be diagnosed with COVID 26 weeks into her pregnancy. Tonight, she shares her story of survival, a powerful message to other moms facing the same fight.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Hey, good evening. It's great to have you with us as we head into the Labor Day weekend. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David.
Tonight, breaking news, escaping the flames with wildfires burning out of control. The explosive fire surrounding a popular campsite, trapping campers, some driving through flames to get out, others jumping into the water to escape. An inferno as National Guard helicopters swoop in, lifting hundreds to safety. More than 50 uncontained fires burning across the West, and conditions are worsening tonight. The critical moment for the pandemic. Labor Day celebrations risk fueling the virus just as college students are back on campus. What experts say could happen if precautions are ignored. The growing violence in Portland after 101 nights of protest, fireworks and firebombs, and more than 50 arrests. The city now bracing for dueling protests tomorrow, while in Rochester, New York, after days of protests there, dozens of church elders have volunteered to stand between protesters and police. Campaign showdown, President Trump on the defense after allegations that he denigrated American war debt, ramping up his hardline stance on race. His opponents say he's deepening the divide. The campaign now heading into the home stretch. Engine fire emergency. The terror after takeoff. Flames flashing through the window. The plane on fire seen from the ground. The pilot making an emergency landing. And Serena's special fan, the tennis champion looking to tie an all-time record in a virtually empty stadium, playing to an audience of 1.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Lindsay Davis, in for Tom Yamas.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on the air. There is major news coming in right now involving the race for a vaccine and the daring rescues underway at this hour. At least 25 major fires across California tonight. 9 states with fires burning now, more than a dozen people still trapped. A wife waiting for her husband and boys to be rescued. National Guard and Navy pilots airlifting more than 160 people to safety. Choppers tonight flying through blinding smoke and flames. Families driving to escape. Fire lines on both sides of the road. Thousands of homes at risk as we go into the night. An entire town nearly burned to the ground. Also tonight, that breaking news involving the race for a vaccine. One of the frontrunners reportedly forced to put human trials on hold tonight. Reports a participant might have suffered an adverse reaction, what we know so far. And it all comes as 9 drug makers issue an historic joint statement tonight, pledging to, quote, stand with science before rushing out a vaccine amid any talk of political pressure. And what Dr. Anthony Fauci is saying about a vaccine and when. The coronavirus and schools tonight, the disturbing images of crowds on Labor Day and on college campuses. Indiana University, and the crowds on party boats nearby. About 100 college communities now reporting a surge in cases. 2 months until the presidential election, the race underway, President Trump facing new fallout tonight after that report claiming he called fallen American troops losers and suckers. The president responding to that report and what he has now said about his top military leaders. Tonight, the Army's top general now responding, and Joe Biden jumping in too. There was breaking news from Rochester, New York at this hour. The mayor speaking a short time ago. The major police shakeup after days of protests. The police chief and his entire command staff leaving their positions. The chilling investigation, the bodies of an American couple recovered from a well in Mexico. And the senior kicked off a flight, reportedly telling a flight attendant to put on her mask during the safety briefing, and what the airline is now saying tonight.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to be back with all of you at home after this Labor Day holiday.